Good afternoon, everyone. Now, with the permission of the Honorable President, I seek his permission to start the full court farewell function. Honorable President Justice Shri C.V. Badang, Honorable Vice President ITT Mumbai Zone Shri Sagjit Dey, my esteemed colleagues on the dais, Honorable Baskaran sir, the man of the moment, Shri Ajay Chandra, CITDR ITT Mumbai, along with his other colleagues, CITDRs and senior DRs, Shri K. Gopal, President of ITT Bar Association, senior advocates, and other various representatives who have come across the country from various different bars of ITT. And there are many people who have joined us virtually also. So all those who are watching these proceedings virtually. Sir, today we gather in this august court not merely to mark the ceremonial closure of a distinguished career, but to commemorate a legacy wrought not in archives of the tribunal, but in the minds, hearts, and memories of all who have had the rare privilege of working alongside a man of a quite excellence and extraordinary grace. It is with the heart weighted by sentiment, yet buoyed by a reverence, that I, on behalf of the Honorable President and this distinguished gathering, extend a most warm and respectful welcome to each one of you to this full court farewell function held in the honor of Mr. B.R. Baskaran, our cherished accountant member. Today, we do not simply mark a departure. We illuminate a journey. We do not say goodbye to a person. We celebrate him today. Mr. Baskaran completes today an illustrious and inspiring tenure spanning more than 17 prodigious years in the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, a journey that has, without exaggeration, will be reckoned as an institutional lore. From the most seasoned litigators to the freshest entrants to the profession, his name is spoken not just with admiration, but with a rare kind of an affection, a judicial statesman who, while occupying the bench, never ceased to radiate warmth, humility, and humanity. We are privileged today to be joined by the members of the bar from across the country, some physically present in this hallowed courtroom, and many more who have joined us virtually, united by a common thread, that deep and abiding respect for the man whose life and work we honor today. Over these 17 years, Mr. Baskaran has etched his name not merely in files and orders, but in every fabric of this tribunal. He will be remembered and revered as embodiment of jurisprudential clarity, moral rectitude, and ineffable charm. His legal acumen, formidable yet never flaunted, was matched only by his remarkable humility, a quality which rendered him not merely respected by the bar, but beloved by it. Not simply accepted by his colleagues on the bench, but cherished by them. Indeed, his judicial legacy is inscribed not only in the judgments he has penned down, but in the justness of his conduct, the serenity of his courtroom, and the equity of his approach, his affable nature, his ever-ready smile, and his quiet humility. These are the intangibles that made him quite rightly the darling of the bar, not for flamboyance, but for fairness, not for favor, but for fortitude. In his courtroom, justice was never dispensed as a mechanical exercise. It was rendered as a mindful endeavor. He listened not merely with legal acuity, but with a humane intention, with an openness that lent dignity to every litigant and assurance to every counsel. Outside the courtroom, his presence was no less inspiring. He led not through exhortation, but through example. He set standards silently, not by proclamation, but by principled practice. Many of us, in fact, look to him not only for interpretative sights into matter of law and accountancy, but as a lodestar on how authority can be exercised without arrogance and how respect may be commanded without ever being demanded. Now, as he embarks on this next chapter, where his ledger account shall yield to leisure and schedules of serenity with his family and friends, it would be natural to lament to void that his absence will leave, and yet I would posit that we are not losing something precious, rather we are inheriting something profound. And before we proceed further with today's program, allow me to conclude this tribute with this one Sanskrit shlok. I dare say captures not just the guiding philosophy of Mr. Bhaskaran's judicial career, but indeed the essence of the man himself. Vidya dadati vinayam, vinaya dadati patratam, patratva dhanum amo prapati, dhanam shva martata sukham. Knowledge imparts humility, from humility arises worthiness, from worthiness flows prosperity of wisdom and virtue, and from these righteousness and ultimately true happiness. Sir, you have exemplified these syllables of this timeless verse. You leave behind not just a chair vacated, but a light ignited, a flame of inspiration for all of us who remain. So as we move forward, I invite Honorable President ITAT Sri G.V. Badang to give his welcome address.
My esteemed colleague Shri B.R. Baskaran and his spouse Srimati Vasanti Mai and his family members, Vice President Shri Shaktaji De and other Vice Presidents who have joined virtually, Shri K. Gopal, President of the ITAT Bar Association Mumbai, Senior Advocates, Shri Piyush Chhajed, ICA AI Central Council Member, Shri Ajay Chandra CIT DR, office bearers and members of the Bar Association of Mumbai and other benches who have joined virtually, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. As you know, today we have gathered to bid farewell to one of our esteemed colleagues, Shri B.R. Baskaran, who will be demitting office on 14th April 2025 after rendering an illustrious service of almost 18 years as an accountant member in this tribunal. Shri Baskaran was born on 15th April 1962 in Madurai, Tamil Nadu. He completed his graduation in commerce in the year 1983 from Saurashtra College, Madurai, securing first rank in the college and second rank in the Madurai Kamraj University. Thereafter, he joined Chartered Accountancy course wherein he secured 13th rank in intermediate examination of ICAI held in November 1985. By ICAI. He has also secured a degree in law and intermediate examination of ICWAI and an intermediate examination of ACS. He practiced in Madurai from 1986 to 2007. In the year 2007, he joined as an accountant member in the ITAT. He has earlier worked in Visakhapatnam, Cochin, Mumbai and Bangalore benches of this tribunal. In his present stint, at Mumbai, he is posted here since May 2022. During his tenure as an accountant member, he has authored more than 10,000 orders and has co-authored equal number of orders. He has decided several important issues which have been widely acknowledged by all the stakeholders. Many of his orders have been reported in various tax journals. For instance, in the case of Shri Sai Baba Sansthan Trust, he held that the absence of horn number 10 is not decisive, provided that the trust genuinely accumulates the income for charitable purposes. The exemption is valid as long as the accumulation is for charitable purposes. In a more recent decision in the case of Anil Dattaram Pitale, he held that a new flat received in exchange for an old one under a redevelopment agreement cannot be taxed as an income from other sources. He held that the transaction has to be considered as an exchange of property rights, not a transaction resulting in taxable income. It has also been held that rehabilitation allowance paid by the developers to residents cannot be treated as income in the hands of the recipient. The decision has been widely appreciated and acknowledged by the stakeholders. I had the benefit of sharing the bench with Shri Bhaskaran for more than a year now. During our sittings, I found him to be very adept in the field of taxation. He was quick in understanding the issues involved, both of law and of accountancy. I found that he had an inherent ability to conduct the bench in a manner befitting the decorum of the proceedings. I found that he has the quality of a judicial officer, which is often described as an ability to hear patiently, consider diligently, and decide dispassionately. His conduct on and off the bench has been befitting the stature of a judicial officer. I sincerely consider the retirement of Shri Baskaran as an institutional loss, particularly at the time when the tribunal at the crossroads in the 84 years of its existence. On a personal note, I would miss the meaningful discussion we had in the chambers after retiring from the bench on wide range of issues including law. During the last more than a year, I have found him to be of great help and assistance even on the administrative side. On the family front, Sri Baskaran and his wife Vasanti Mai are blessed with a daughter and a son. His daughter Vishwa Pujita is a doctor doing post-graduation in general surgery. His son Prahladan is an advocate and an insolvency resolution professional. I have been told that he is an avid reader and has special interest in Tamil literature. He also likes teaching and takes active interest in social activities and is associated with some religious trusts also. As we all know, retirement is an inevitable incident in government service. Sri Baskaran is now due to start his third innings, in fact, after the first inning as a practicing chartered accountant and thereafter as a member of this tribunal. I am told that he is planning to practice and will be commuting between Mumbai and Madurai, his native place. I am happy that he would now get time to devote to his personal likings and hobbies and for his family. On this occasion, I, on behalf of the entire ITAT family, wish Sri Baskaran and his family a very healthy and happy post-retirement life. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable President, sir. Now I request Shri K. Gopal, President ITT Bar Association, Mumbai.
Honorable President of ITAT, Justice Badang, Honorable Vice President, Shri Shakti Day, Honorable Accountant Member, Shri B.R. Baskaran, in whose honor today's function is being organized. Honorable members of ITAT on the dais, honorable members joining through VC, learned departmental representatives, respected seniors in the bar, and my esteemed colleagues at bar. Curtains are going to drawn on 18 years of service of Mr. Baskaran as accountant member since year 2007. Mr. Baskaran was born and brought up in the beautiful city of Madurai. He had a brilliant academic career as referred by Honorable President. He topped his college in BCom and ranked second in Madurai Kamaraj University in the year 1983. He secured 13th rank in CA intermediate examinations held in November 1984 and 26th rank in final examinations held in May 1986. From 1986 to 2007, for 21 years, he was in practice. He was appointed as accountant member of ITAT on 12th November 2007. His orientation took place in Mumbai benches. Thereafter, as an accountant member, he was posted at Visakhapatnam, Cochin, Mumbai, Bengaluru, and again he came back to Mumbai. I have appeared before him at Visakhapatnam and Mumbai. Sir, Fred Rogers says, often when you think you are at the end of something, you are at the beginning of something else. On your retirement, ITAT loses very competent and efficient accountant member who had in-depth knowledge of his subject and conclude an issue with proper reasoning. Sir, you will be missed by the bar as you conducted the court proceedings with the approach of not to lose the woods or the trees. While on bench, you were always conscious of the reality that an casual remark or a finding by the tribunal in its order will take decades before the same is corrected, as it is a final fact-finding authority under Income Tax Act. There were several occasions when we disagreed, but always it was a pleasure to appear before you and plead. And all the juniors, especially in the bar, are very confident and they used to look forward for appearing in your court. The entire bar unanimously congratulates you for a successful completion of an accomplished journey. You passed several landmark decisions, which Honorable President has referred to, which are used by us as binding precedent before coordinate benches. Sir, success, as defined by Ralph Waldo Emerson, to love often and much to win, the respect of intelligent people and affection of children, to earn appreciation of honest critics, bar, and endure betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, to know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. Sir, so many orders are there, so many SSCs are there who have breathed relief because of your judicious approach. As you turn a new leaf of your life, we congratulate you for completing a distinguished journey. We hope the next leg of journey brings to you joy, relaxation, and the freedom to pursue all the passions you have put on hold. We know you will approach this part of journey also with the same enthusiasm and energy you brought to work every day. On behalf of everyone, once again, I congratulate you and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gopal. Now I request Shri Rajan Vora Sahab to address this August gathering.
Honorable President, Justice Badang sir, Honorable Vice President Day sir, other Vice Presidents who are virtually present, Honorable members physically and virtually present, family members of Baskaran sir, professional colleagues, department representatives, and tribunal staff or secretariat staff. Today is the important day in the career and the life of Baskaran sir, who is retiring after 18 years in the tribunal. As in accountant line, we have gathered here to take account of his tenure as a tribunal member. In accountant's language, continuing from what was said earlier by Hamid sir, we take account of gains and losses and creation of assets, including intangible assets and liabilities, in his 17 years of career as accountant member of the tribunal. I can only vouch as an accountant for 4 years, chartered accountant for 4 decades. I certify as true and correct that his tenure was always gains and enough intangible assets have been created. It is a mixed feeling for all the professionals, as Gopal mentioned, that we'll be losing one more good judicious member of our mother institution. However, I'm sure that family members will be happy that he will be available now and he will not carry every day the homework to carry on evenings and the weekends. My memory goes back to the various opportunities he got to assist bench headed by him since 2014, when he was in Bombay in the first stint. Sometimes regular benches, sometimes special benches. It was really no difference for him, whether he was at a corporate tax issue, transfer pricing issue, or international tax issue. All were handled with clarity and the same degree of perfection. Probably advantage for him was 21 years of experience as a chartered accountant. It is truly admirable and testimony that many of his decisions were reported in various types of journals, sometimes in newspapers, and many of them were approved by the High Court. More a personal experience, he was always particular that every professional who appears before the tribunal, particularly younger ones, that when they appear, they should follow the proper protocol, including dress code, power of attorney, as well as preparation of case properly, and not simply to carry the papers and say it is covered matter. Many times he encouraged younger members who came for adjournment, asking them to explain the case, giving enough encouragement to them to go ahead with the matter. His best way of conducting the court was to keep atmosphere in the light and pleasant way by citing some humorous anecdotes and practical examples, as Gopal mentioned, and without losing the seriousness of the matter or cutting short any time for either side of the representing the matter. With this objective in mind, he has joined several programs for educating youngsters to start the litigation practice. And I am aware of at least more than 10 programs he addressed, including mock tribunals, including 3 I either organized or be with him for those programs. We hope he will continue to share his vast experience and in-depth knowledge to guide young professionals, including like to me, and department officers and new tribal members. 15th onwards, he will be starting his 3rd inning, as President Sir mentioned. First as a professional, then tribal member, again as a professional. After his illustrious career as a tribal member, we are sure you will be able to spare more time for family and pursue your other hobbies, like reading and other research what you wanted to do, which you could not pursue in all these years. We wish you all the best for beginning of your new phase of life and career. We wish you happy, healthy, and peaceful future.
Thank you, Mr. Vora, for beautifully encapsulating his personality. Now I request Mr. Shri Piyush Chhajar from ICI Central Circle Council.
Thank you very much. The Honorable President, Justice C.B. sir, Honorable Vice President, IT80, Dey sir, Honorable Baskaran ji, Member IT80, who is reliving on superannuation, Honorable members of the IT80, representatives from department, other practitioners, members of the bar, members of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ladies and gentlemen. I could see family members of Baskaran sir. Sir, it is with deep respect and emotions today. I have risen here, I have come over here to bid you a farewell. As a Central Council member of ICI, and knowing that you were the member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, we have 475,000 chartered accountants, and we feel immense pride to see you and acknowledge your recognition, sir. It is indeed a moment of great honor for the whole fraternity that one from amongst us has reached and served this tribunal with the great highest traditions of integrity, competence, and fairness, sir. Sir, your journey stands a motivation to a lot of young chartered accountants who would be looking forward to the same. Sir, you have served this institution, a great institution. And by the way, that this great nation, by serving this institution with dignity, empathy, and which you have presided over the bench, sir. Sir, you are a rare combination of deep knowledge, understanding of tax laws, and commitment to the clarity. My personal experience has been, and a lot of practitioners always feel comfortable to appear before you because, sir, you always led your ear with a great patience. Whosoever was appearing, you were always cool and calm. You heard him very properly, sir. So you always were with open mind. Whatever propositions was been made, whether you liked it or not, but you heard him very well. And you kept your open mind to look into it, sir. So you decided very diligently and with great humility, sir. So all these 3 qualities has given a great impression in various hearts of a lot of the practitioners sitting over here, sir. So I know the journey ends. You have been practicing for 21 years, sir. And I believe, as mentioned by the Honorable President, sir, you may return to the practice. So certificate of practice is awaiting you, sir, to be issued by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So we would be glad, sir. We would be definitely glad. It would be our pleasure, sir. Sir, as I said, sir, again, on a personal note, sir, there would be void. We'll miss your board on the 4th floor. Your name written over there. We'll miss bowing you when you are there in the corridors of the tribunal. We'll miss you during the lunchtime when you take a walk in the corridors of this particular tribunal. But sure, sir, you will continue to serve this great nation, great institution by being a mentor, authors. You have been always, as said by Rajan Bhai, sir, you were always available for training the young members in the moot courts also. You will continue to do so, sir. I'm sure, sir, and we'll always approach you for that. We'll keep approaching, sir. On behalf of entire fraternity, sir, I take this opportunity and express heartfelt gratitude for your distinguished service and wish you a great future, great health and happiness. I could see your son over here sitting here. I'm sure he would be the most proud today to see your achievements. A nobleman himself do not perform his duty, sir. It is well said, to for getting an application. But this has been done. At least I would say your son, Prahlad, that this should be, what has been said today, should be kept in your mind. It's a great feeling when you are hearing something great about your father. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Piyush. Yes, we agree that his persona was not confined to his titles and the post he held, but how many lives he has touched. Now we have speakers from ITT Bar Chennai who will join us virtually. And we have Shri B. Ramakrishnan who will address this August gathering through virtual mode. Mr. B. Ramakrishnan.
Honorable President, ITAT, Honorable Vice President, Mumbai Zone, and other Vice Presidents present virtually, Honorable members of the ITAT, Shri B.R. Baskaran, the man of the occasion today, senior officers of the Income Tax Department, my professional colleagues, and family members of Shri B.R. Baskaran. Very good afternoon to you all. It is a great honor to be part of this full court reference on the retirement of Shri B.R. Baskaran, Accountant Member, Mumbai Bench. We are gathered here to reflect his remarkable career and achievements as an accountant member in the ITAT. Mr. B.R. Baskaran joined the ITAT, bringing with him over 21 years of experience as a chartered accountant. And it is very coincidental that his orientation started in Mumbai Bench, and it is also, he is retiring from the Mumbai Bench today. Sir, it was always a pleasure to appear before you in your courts, though Chennai had only a brief period of 3 weeks of your tour. But we had the privilege of appearing before you in Visakhapatnam and Bangalore benches. Sir, you have made the hearing very satisfactory, even though the decisions were not favorable. We had a satisfaction of arguing before you, and the clarity of the thought and the decisions are very good. Your contribution to the ITAT by disposing more than 10,000 appeals, some of which are landmark decisions reported and followed by other benches and high courts, is an invaluable contribution. And your integrity and unwavering dedication has always been gained immense respect amongst the professionals who were appearing before you. Sir, retirement, as everybody has said, is a third innings where you would get more time to pursue your passion. And as the Honorable President had mentioned that you would be coming back to profession, it would be a great service to the professionals with your knowledge and experience which you have, which you can impart to the professionals. We wish you a happy, peaceful, and healthy retired life. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ramakrishnan. We also have Mr. Shri D. Anand, who is the President, Revenue Bar Association, Chennai. Mr. D. Anand.
Lordship Honorable Mr. Justice Chandrakant Vasant Badan, President, Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, Honorable Vice Presidents and members of the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, family members of the Honorable Member Shri B.R. Baskaran, officers of the Income Tax Department, esteemed colleagues, respected members of the bar. Today, we gather to mark a moment of transition, a gentle pause in the remarkable journey of the Honorable Member Shri B.R. Baskaran. As he steps down from the bench on 14th of April 2025 and steps into a new chapter with the same dignity and grace that defined his time in office. Though the benches at Chennai were only occasionally graced by his presence during camp sittings, those brief moments were enough to leave a lasting impression. His calm command of the proceedings, his steady voice of reason, and his gentle demeanor resonated deeply with everyone present. For those of us who have had the privilege of appearing before him, we know that his court was a place where justice was not just dispensed, but experienced in its truest form. Whether we won or lost, we always left his courtroom with a sense of satisfaction, knowing that we have been heard with patience, our arguments had been considered with fairness, and justice has been served. Beyond his judicial brilliance, what set him apart was his approachability, warmth, and innate kindness. His court was never intimidating. It was a place where junior advocates found encouragement and seasoned ones found respect. His judgment follows a logical and structured sequence, making it a very reader-friendly. Begins with a clear statement of facts, including the procedural history, systematically sets out the petitioner's contentions, the revenue stand, and then the court's analysis and findings. The structure ensures that each segment builds upon the previous one, aiding comprehension. It takes care to recite the relevant facts with clinical precision, avoiding verbosity. His judgments draws upon relevant precedents with pinpoint accuracy. Honorable Member Shri B.R. Baskaran's retirement evokes both pride and poignancy. Pride for all that he has accomplished, and poignancy for the quiet absence we'll now feel in the courtrooms he enriched so deeply. While we may be saying farewell to his tenure on the bench, we are not bidding farewell to his presence amongst us. We know his association with legal fraternity will only grow stronger. The legal fraternity will always welcome him with both arms, knowing that his contribution will continue in different ways. The Revenue Bar Association Chennai welcomes him with open arms as a respected colleague and a continuing force for wisdom and camaraderie. On behalf of everyone present here, we thank you, sir, for your years of dedicated service. On behalf of Revenue Bar Association Chennai and all gathered here, we express our deepest gratitude. Thank you for showing us what it means to serve with brilliance, humility, and heart. We wish you a retirement rich in joy, health, and meaningful new beginning. In few heartfelt words in Tamil, உங்கள் பணிக்கான பாராட்டு என்றும் நிலைத்திருக்கும், உங்கள் அடையாளம் நம்மிடையே என்றும் ஒளிரும். Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anand. Now from Bangalore, we have Mr. Chandrasekhar, who has came specifically to attend and address this August gathering. Mr. Chandrasekhar.
Honorable President of the ITAT, Honorable Vice President of the Mumbai region, Honorable Vice Presidents who have joined this occasion on the video conferencing facility, members of the bar, officers of the department, my dear colleagues. I speak on behalf of the Bangalore bar and myself. Mr. Baskaran qualified as a chartered accountant and practiced for several years, which was actually his foundation for what he is today. A highly distinguished member who has served this august institution admirably well, earning the respect of all those who know him and who have appeared before him. He conducted proceedings with absolute equanimity, required to ensure that the intent and purpose of this institution is well served, and ensuring the dignity and decorum of the courtroom at all times. I have to quote Mr. Prashant Maharishi, the Vice President of the Bangalore bench. On assuming office, he made one statement. He said, the persons who come here, they come here because they feel aggrieved. And they are generally the ones who occupy the last row in the tribunal court halls. So when they go out, they should go with a feeling of satisfaction that their case was heard and appreciated. It's not the question of whether it's going to be decided in their favor or not. They got a fair hearing and they were able to argue the case before a fair judge. This was what Baskaran stood for at all times during his career. He ensured that everybody gets a fair representation and never left the courtroom feeling that they were not heard or cut short in their arguments. Man of phenomenal grasp, very quick on the take. You could never beat around the bush when Baskaran was on the bench. Especially, we find that a lot of intricacies in accountancies and as well as taxation law sections relevant to those accounting entries. Baskaran, being a chartered accountant with 17 years of practice under his belt, would simply understand the situation in no time, and he would perhaps, on many occasions, correct the counsel and probably strengthen the case of the counsel by pointing out the lacunas in his argument. Such was his brilliance and sharp wit, very humorous. As Mr. Rajan Vora said earlier, he would always spice his hearings with a lot of anecdotes, lightening the atmosphere in the courtroom, making sure everybody leaves out with a smile on their face. Whether they won or lost, the matter is immaterial. Another important aspect of his career, he was never faced by the enormity of the case, the personalities involved, or the quantum involved in the appeals. He proceeded to decide the matter purely on the merits. He would break down the case into different parts, one on the facts, the other on the legal aspects. And he would counter the questions of the arguments of either side, but confining them to each particular ground of law at a time, dissecting it, preparing the foundation for it, keeping it aside, and moving to the next one. I think it was Mr. Anand who said from Madras that he would prepare the one ground, then move to the next, with the first earlier ground as the foundation for the next ground. This also got completely transparent in the orders that the entire thing culminating in an order. When you read an order passed by Mr. Baskaran, you could see the whole thing, logical, step by step, each ground of law, each flag, analyzed, dissected, and then judgment delivered. And you also know why he has said what he has said at the end. So there, if one always feels that whatever said or argued was fairly brought out, correctly brought out. The view taken by the member could be different to what they had or what they espoused. But it would be very clear in the analysis. And I think almost all his judgments have passed the annals of the High Court without a blemish. Now, sir. He is now equipped with a law degree. And he is most welcome to join the bar. He must join the bar. This work-life balance, I don't think was ever a problem for Mr. Baskaran or his family. He's always been a very balanced man. You could see the way he conducts himself in the court. He's very light-headed. He doesn't carry anything in his head, the sense problems. So what will happen is he will continue to maintain a balance. I don't think he will go overboard in any case. So we welcome you to the bar. I am sure the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court requires your services. The assessees there definitely will require your experience and services in handling tax matters and appearing before the Madras bench. You are most welcome to Bangalore, sir. We are there. And Bombay is always there for you. So this retirement is only a retirement from the benches of the ITAT. We fare you well. We are sure that you will fare well in all whatever endeavors that you have to undertake or you want to undertake. According to our scriptures, one should not praise the son in front of the father, nor should the father praise the son. but there is no bar on praising the Father in front of the Son. It is more so that one installs in many houses, including mine. When we tell our children, it doesn't get in there. Others have to tell them. They'll say, oh, there must be something about him. Otherwise, nobody will talk like this. So therefore, this is one occasion. Not that I'm accusing of anything, but the general. May God be with you in every step that you take. Our prayers for the well-being of you and your family. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. We are sure he has left a very indelible mark in all of us' life. Now, next in the line, we have speaker from ITT Bar Association, Hyderabad, Shri K.C. Devidas, who will be addressing this assembly by virtual mode. Mr. K.C. Devidas. All right, we'll just pass it
Yes,
over to
yeah,
Anumaji.
I've come. Honorable President of the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, equally honorable Vice Presidents of the Tribunal all over the country, and other tribunal members and fellow brethren who have assembled to bid farewell to Mr. Baskaran. At the outset, let me adopt all the submissions made by the eloquent speakers about the characteristics of Mr. Baskaran, but let me share some of my thoughts which I've had with him. First and foremost, he belongs to my tribe as a chartered accountant. I'm really proud about the fact. It was only today I knew the credentials of his rankings in the intermediate and the final examinations, so it did not surprise me about his performance in the tribunal, so eloquently stated by all the members who have spoken earlier. I would just like to state that my first exposure to Mr. Baskaran was when he joined as a member in the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. As a professional of standing, we normally test the waters of any new member who comes before we make an argument. But to my surprise, he just stated, you just proceed. Immediately, when the case was called up, I started and the rest was history. It was a case of Visakhapatnam steel plant. And let me tell you, gentlemen, the way he dissected and depicted all the issues, the complicated ones, I was stupefied for a moment. Because whenever a new member joins, the older member, the other senior member only speaks. The younger member is a silent member. But in the case of Mr. Baskaran, I found that he was posing questions, much to the surprise and supporting attitude of the fellow members, fellow judicial member. Now, to my knowledge, the way he stated the facts of the case and really bisected the entire issue I stood aghast at the very first performance, because it with great electricity, wisdom, and many of the issues it really gave me an intellectual satisfaction at the first appearance, and later on the issues which he had stated, it was really a treat to my intellect to a great extent. And let me also share with you that I knew after the Vizag thing, I had no opportunity to meet Mr. Baskaran, because he was always on the other side of the country where it had to become various benches. But I used to follow his judgments to the reported orders as stated by many. It was really heartening to note that he was par excellence, and the sentiments expressed by all the members who are assembled here today and myself, it was shared by all my fellow brethren also. But I would like to tell Mr. Baskaran that Madurai members of the profession are eagerly waiting to tax your experience. Please, so don't think that you are going to retire and be away from the profession. As you have stated, you will be moving from Madurai to Bombay and to and fro, but the Madurai members are eagerly awaiting your presence to tax your patience and also your knowledge on the many issues involved. But Retirement, let me tell you, for professionals at least, is not part of it. We are always in the profession. We continue to be in the profession. So there is no question of retirement as such, whether you are in government service or in the question in practice, there is no retirement according to my personal view. Then retirement is not the end by itself. It's a new beginning or another phase of life which you have to carry on. So under this context, let me tell Mr. Sir, I wish you all that is best. And I am confident that the fresh phase of your life will bring in greater laurels than what has been stated by many members today. I wish you all that is best. And now that you have fulfilled your professional ambitions, now is the time to fulfill your personal aspirations. And I can say without fear of contradiction that you would follow this path very, very amicably, and all that is best. So I wish you and your family all that is best. Looking forward to see you at the earliest. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Devidas. Now we have speakers from ITT Bar Association, Visakhapatnam. The first in the line we have Shri GVN Hari. May I invite Mr. GVN Hari.
Honorable President of ITAT, Honorable Vice President, Honorable Members of Mumbai Bench, Members of the Bar, representatives of the department, my professional colleagues, family members of Baskaran sir. I deem it a great privilege to stand before you all to share a few thoughts about Shri Baskaran ji. There are many aspects which have already been touched upon by the previous speakers. I would only like to put forth one interesting aspect that signifies his name. The word Bhaskara in Sanskrit represents sun god in English. But if we carefully see the name of the honorable member, the letter H is missing. He spells the name as Baskaran, Baskaran. I used to wonder for a long while as to what is the reason for this missing letter H. Then of late, I found the reason after a lot of research. He carries all the effulgence of the sun god, but he does not radiate the heat of sun god, and only carries the warmth and affection. So that is why that letter H is missing. That is how I attribute the reason for the missing letter H, sir. Sir, we are very proud as members of Visakhapatnam Bar that your remarkable journey from East Coast to West Coast started from our Visakhapatnam bench. And many of you may be knowing, some of you may not be knowing, that Sir was initially groomed by Shri D. Manmohan ji, who is himself a renowned member of this Income Tax Appellate Tribunal and retired as a Vice President of this premier institution. Whenever we have an occasion to interact with each other, he tries to find out one reason or the other to bring in the topic of Baskaran ji, and he starts praising him, his craftsmanship in drafting the judgments. He always quotes one phrase which I want to read out. A good judge is the one who crafts a judgment with precision. More than that, passion to infuse life into the flowing river of law, not only to bring everlasting mark, but and more than laying down bring everlasting mark, more than laying down law for the benefit of posterity. Sir, this is in simple words, actually, the goal of a judge is not just to establish rules for future generations, but to leave behind a legacy of justice and fairness that will endure for generations to come. Sir, this is possible only when you give importance to the principles of natural justice and equity apart from following the dictates of law. Sir, Your recent judgment under the BMIT Act in the case of Anandi Kaushik is a living example of the importance given to the principles of natural justice and a good balance, maintaining a good balance between equity and justice. Sir, you are very close to our heart. It is your love and affection that has brought us physically to this place to stand, to be present in this August gathering. We will always remember you as our beloved member from our who has started your journey from Visakhapatnam bench. And we can't forget the hospitality of Madam. We have seen children of Baskaranji as a very young children. Now they are grown up, they are well settled in life, which brings all the happiness to you. I wish you a happy, peaceful, healthy, and prosperous post-retirement life. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hari. Now we have another speaker from Vizag, Shri S. Subramaniam.
The Honorable President ITIT, the Honorable Vice President, Honorable members of the dais, and Honorable members, Shri Baskaran, the key person in today's event, and my fellow respected professionals. Very good afternoon to everyone. It's my privilege to be here today, and I thank the Honorable President for giving this opportunity to stand before you and say a few words on this occasion. I come from a port city of Visakhapatnam, home to a single ITIT bench since 1999 under the Hyderabad zone. Today, it is a special honor to speak on the occasion of the retirement of distinguished member of our fraternity, Shri Honorable Member Baskaran. Shri Baskaran joined ITIT in 2007 with his first posting at Visakhapatnam, where he served for 4 years, then before moving to Mumbai. During his tenure at Vizag, he delivered several landmark judgments. One such judgment I could recollect way back in 2008, in the first year of his as a member during his tenure at Visakhapatnam. It relates to a case by name KGR Exports, where in that case the issue involved was whether in a such case, unless there is a seized material, can the assessing officer touch upon those issues which were not coming out of the seized material. That was the issue which was given in favor of the SSE. And I'm very glad to say that this particular judgment which he has held so has not this particular case, but in some other case where this proposition was held, it has reached up to Supreme Court. That is in case of Abhishar Bill Well Private Limited, almost in the year 2023. Known for his sharp legal acumen, swift grasp of complex issues, and balanced approach to justice, Sri Baskaran's contributions have left a lasting mark on the tribunal's jurisprudence. His judgments reflect deep insight, clarity, and fairness. With his vast knowledge of income tax, it's my opinion that he should carry on this legacy in this field of tax matters even after retirement. Beyond the bench, he is known as a content, humble individual who leads a very simple life. Under his guidance, his children have flourished. One is a doctor and one is a budding lawyer, a testament to the values what he upholds. Friends, incidentally, I would like to make one mention of his judgment. One of my colleagues' friends who appeared before him, he didn't win that particular case. But he said very sorrowfully, he said, I lost the case before Mr. Baskaran. So then I said, I'm very sorry, to hear that you lost the case. But then he said, though I lost the case, but the judgment is beautiful. That's what he said. So that is the way, I admire all his way of drafting and his judgments. So on this occasion, I wish him a very happy retired life. And I wish his family also a great life in future. With these remarks, I take. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now we have Shri R. Krishnan from ITIT Bar Association, Kochi, who will be addressing this gathering through virtual mode.
Respected President Justice Madam Shri Baskaran, other dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, it's a moment of mixed feelings. Mixed because the tribunal which is close to our heart is bidding farewell, not to an individual, but to a legend and who's an institution by himself. The other side is that Sir gets more time to pursue his passion. Shri Baskaran was just not an accountant member for most of us, in particular to me. He was like a family member, more like a matured elder brother, even though in age he is younger to me. His wide range of knowledge in many areas was a delight to the ears. For a single bench station like Cochin, it was a treat for youngsters and a privilege for elders, as it is always a pleasure and learning process appearing before Sri Baskaran. With his deep knowledge, he had the ability to convince us even if we did not have a case. I fondly remember many of his landmark judgments, particularly one at Cochin on circumstantial evidence and another decision from Bangalore bench on the famous dictum that the assessee's right should not be thrown out on technicalities even if he is otherwise entitled to the relief. Humble, simple and gentle, yet very powerful in knowledge, he was a unique personality. The dictionary meaning of unique is being the only one of its kind. Unlike anything else, there is a touch of humor and pleasantness in whatever he says and does. In this fast world, we have to take imposed rest only if we wish to. But knowing Mr. Baskaran, I'm sure what would be a loss to the tribunal would be a gain to the profession. We will soon hear more about this multifaceted personality in his third innings. On behalf of the ITAT Bar Association Kochi, let me extend a great time for Sri Baskaran sir and his family moving forward a very happy, healthy, peaceful and relaxed life ahead with the blessings of Lord Almighty in abundance. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Krishnan. Now from south, we move to north. And here from the north, we have speaker from ITT Bar Association, Amritsar, Shri Tarun Bansal, will be addressing this gathering through a virtual mode.
Honorable President, Honorable Shri B.R. Baskaran sir, ITAT members, esteemed colleagues, respected guests and friends. It is both a privilege and an honor to stand before you today as we gather to bid farewell to a distinguished jurist and a stalwart of the judiciary, that is our Honorable Member Shri B.R. Baskaran sir. Today marks the conclusion of an era, one that has been characterized by wisdom, integrity, dedication, and an unwavering commitment to the law. Shri Baskaran sir has been an exemplary figure in the legal world, particularly within the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, where their contributions have been invaluable. For many years, your presence in the ITAT has been a guiding light for both colleagues and litigants alike, ensuring that justice was not only done but seen to be done. Your vast knowledge of the intricacies of tax law, combined with your sharp analytical skill, has earned you the respect of all who have had the privilege of working with you. In your tenure, you have presided over countless cases, bringing clarity, fairness, and a deep understanding of the law to each one. Your judgments have not only shaped the direction of tax law, but have also provided a sense of trust and confidence in the judicial system. Your keen ability to dissect complex legal issues while keeping the best interests of justice at heart has been an inspiration to both seasoned professionals and budding legal minds. As you step into the next chapter of your life, but your legacy will undoubtedly live on, not only through the cases you have adjudicated, but also in the values of fairness, respect, and excellence that you have instilled in all of us. While your retirement marks the end of an illustrious career, we are confident that the principles and lessons you have imparted will continue to guide us for years to come. We wish you all the very best in your future endeavors, and we trust that this next phase of life will bring you the joy, peace, and fulfillment that you so richly deserve. Though you will no longer be on the bench, your legacy and contributions will continue to inspire us. Thank you, Shri Baskaran sir, for everything you have done. You will always have a special place in our hearts.
Thank you, Mr. Chopra. Now we have Speaker Mr. PM Chopra from Jodhpur, who will be addressing us through a virtual mode. But before that, the people from the Jodhpur, they have sent a bouquet and shawl to be presented, and they specifically requested it should be given and handed over to Baskaran sir. On behalf of IIT Bar Association Jodhpur, may I request Shri Prakash Jotwani sir to do the honors on their behalf. We have another bouquet from Marudhar Tax Bar, Western Rajasthan. And I request Mr. Rahul Hakani to present the bouquet to Mr. Bhaskaran. Just a minute. We'll announce. Now we have people from the Vizag who have showered so much of love to Mr. Baskaran. As a part of the gesture, they also want to honor Mr. Baskaran. Please, sir. Now I request Mr. PM Chopra to address. Yes, Mr. PM Chopra. So can you unmute your mic?
C.V. Badang sir, Vice President. Sorry, sir. Vice President Sukhji Dev sir, Honorable Member Baskaran sir, and all the honorable member of Mumbai bench, as well as virtually all over the India, and Vice President of the tribunals, and all the office bearers of the different ITAT bar from all over the India, my professional brothers, and my learned guru Dr. K. Shivram, and my one of the best friend Mr. Piyush Chajed, council member, ladies, gentlemen, and all the family member of Baskaran sir. Really, we are proud, privileged to speak today as we bid farewell to Honorable Member Mr. Baskaran sir, which retired on 14 April. Really, sir, your tenure has been marked by deep knowledge of law, clarity in the thought, and above all, fairness in the justice. Your calm and courteous demeanor coupled with your sound reasoning, has earned the respect all it in the bench, in the bar, on the department. Your judgment have not only restored dispute but also guided tax jurisprudence. You have been an advisor to many and inspires to all. As you enter new chapter, we will you a happy life, good health, happiness continued on behalf of Madura Tax Bar, on behalf of Tribunal Bar, on behalf of Judicial City of Jodhpur, and the biggest city of the manufacture of the chartered accountant, because you are chartered accountant and we are proud of you. Thank you, sir, for your exemplary services. One thing I want to say that, sir, that Mr. Baskaran, sir, come in the touring bench at Jodhpur, but they always very simple and always give all the decisions on the basis of the merit. So we can't forget him. I pray God for his next century, best of health. And I am very thankful to the President, sir. They give us a chance to speak on this occasion. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I want to invite the speakers from a very special place, which mutually the people of Banaras and Mr. Baskaran, they have a mutual love for each other. So I request Mr. V.K. Jindal, Chartered Accountant, to say a few words.
Thank you very much, sir. We are not mutual with Baskaran, sir. We are mutual with everybody in the country. We are from Banaras, Kashi. Respected President, sir. Respected Vice President. The other Vice President who has joined on virtual mode. The members present, fellow colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, family member of Baskaran Sahab. Lot has already been spoken about his deliveries, about his judgment, and about his acts. Sir, it is with a mixed emotion that we gather here today to bid a farewell to a colleague, a mentor, and above all, a dedicated tribunal member. While we are sad to see Shri Baskaran ji leave, we are also filled with gratitude for the time, energy, and wisdom he has shared with us. Throughout his time on the tribunal, Baskaran ji has demonstrated unwavering integrity, sound judgment, and a deep commitment to justice. His contribution have left a lasting impact, not on the decision rendered, but also on the spirit and standard of the tribunal across the country. I have seen Baskaran ji approach in every case with clarity of thoughts, fairness, and compassion. He has not only upheld the law, but also the dignity of every individual who came before him. In doing so, he has set an example that will continue to guide us in the years to come. Beyond the work, Baskaran ji brought a sense of balance, warmth, and commitment that will be deeply missed. His insight during deliberations, his mentorship to new members, and even his sense of humor in the face of long proceedings have left an indelible mark on all of us. As Shri Baskaran ji embark on his next chapter, I wish him continued success, good health, and happiness. Though he may be stepping away from this role, his legacy will remain a part of this tribunal foundation, sir. Thank you, Baskaran ji, for everything you have given to us, and may your journey ahead be impactful and rewarding as the one you have shared with us. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Shri O.P. Shukla to say a few words about Mr. Baskaran.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, no, good evening, afternoon, everybody.
Respected President ITAT Honorable Mr. Justice Bhadang Sir, respected Honorable ITAT member, representative of ITAT Bar Association, Hyderabad, Chennai, Amritsar, Jodhpur, Mumbai, and representative of Income Tax Bar Association, Income Tax Department. Our respected Honorable member, Mr. B.R. Baskaran ji, and other respected presidents in the court. Today is paradoxical day with a mix of sadness and excitement that we celebrate the solemnization of Honorable Member ITAT, Mr. B.R. Bhaskaran. We are here not just to say goodbye, but to express our sincere gratitude for his years of dedicated services and the positive impact he has had on all of us. On behalf of Income Tax Tribunal Bar Association Varanasi, Income Tax Bar Association Varanasi, and All India Federation of Tax Practitioners, as well as all tax professionals of Purvanchal, I stand here to pay our respects and show our gratitude for all that he has done to his few circuit bench in Varanasi, where he visited on short tours. I have had the privilege of representing before him, and I have learned so much from him. He always had a knack for finding symmetric and solution to complex problems. He has been a true mentor and friend to many of us. He always gave patient hearing and even offered guidance, particularly to newcomers. He will miss his claiming presence and willingness to help in the bench. While we are sad to see him go, we are also incredibly excited for the next chapter for his life. We know he will embrace it with the same enthusiasm and patience that he had while working as a member of ITAT. He wishes him all the best in his retirement, filled with happiness, good health, and a well-deserved rest. We pray Baba Vishwanath to grant him a happy, long, and healthy life ahead. Thank you. Sir, on behalf of ITAT Bar Association Varanasi and other bar associations, we want to felicitate Bhaskaran sir. And we request Jindal Sahab, Avdesh Dubey, and our mentor K. Suram Sahab to join with us. लियाकत साहब आप ही आ जाइए.
Nothing can be better than getting a blessings from Baba Vishwanath directly from Banaras to here. Though sir, officially in such an official function, these are not permitted. But आप लोगों के लिए थोड़ा सा President Saab has relaxed this. Has beautifully culminated from the last speakers from Kashi. Now I request Shri Ajay Chandra Saab, Senior CAT on behalf of the department, to share his views.
Good afternoon, President ITAT, Honorable Justice C.V. Bhadang, sir, Vice President ITAT Mumbai, Shri B.R. Sahab, Shri Baskaran sir, Honorable Accountant Member, my colleagues who are representing the department here in Mumbai, members of the Bar Association from all over the country, members of ICAI, the officers and staff of ITAT, and everyone present here as well as through video conference, a very warm afternoon to you all. Today, as we have gathered for the full court farewell of Shri Baskaran sir, my mind races back to the times when I represented revenue before him. What struck me most about him was his cheerful disposition, his calm demeanor, and his reassuring smile. This created an atmosphere of ease and comfort in the bench. And when either members of the bar or the departmental representative got carried away by that feeling of ease and comfort, Shri Baskaran sir would succinctly cut them short from their meandering arguments by beautifully summarizing their arguments and then saying, "Now I've understood this, you come to the next point." So this saved a lot of time of the bench and kept proceedings on track. What speakers before me, Shri Amit Shukla sir and Shri Rajan Voraji spoke about was his intangible assets. These, what I spoke about, were his intangible assets. But here also Mr. Baskaran stood out. While intangible assets are a depreciable asset, in his case, it was not depreciable. In fact, they remained constant or even appreciated with time. As speakers before me have said, that Baskaran Sahab has authored 10,000 judgments and co-authored an equal number, that is co-authored another 10,000 judgments. That's a phenomenal number of judgments, and his contribution to the ITAT during his tenure of 17 years in this esteemed institution. This speaks volumes about his caliber and capacity. Upon his superannuation, there is no doubt that his presence will be missed, but then retirement is inevitable. I take this opportunity on my behalf and on behalf of all the departmental representatives to wish Shri Baskaran a happy and healthy retired life, and also wish him success and satisfaction in his third innings, and hope that they are as successful and satisfying as his previous two innings. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As one earlier speaker said, Baskaran means sun. So it does not mean the setting of a sun, but also an luminous epoch of an era which we had witnessed and we yet to be seen. Thank you so much, sir. Now, we have some personal people to address this gathering. So I request Shri Praklathan Bethi. Am I correct? Praklathan. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected President of ITAT, Justice Chandrakant Vasant Bhadangsai. Respected Vice President of ITAT, Shri Shaktijit Desar. Respected Vice Presidents who have gathered here virtually. Respected members of the ITAT and respected members of the bar across India. I thank you, everyone, for giving such wonderful words for my father. First, I would like to give the speech which my sister has sent me. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is the day filled with pride, gratitude, and love. We are here to celebrate a man's life and work who has left a lasting impact on all of us, and I am very lucky to call him my father. Since childhood, I have always seen him as a dedicated, tireless, hard worker. He has managed to give his best at work as well as at home. He has never stopped inspiring me and every day never fails to set an example. Every day, I have doubt on how to manage my busy life since he's a doctor. And I just think how my dad must have done it, and it gave me the strength to move forward. When he joined this posting, someone asked him why he chose to come here, and he replied to him in Tamil, Arivu Pasila Vandarke, which translates to hunger for knowledge. I am proud I have inherited such beautiful qualities from him. Every time I get exhausted at work and overwhelmed with studying, I just think how my dad must have completed his law degree at the age of 60, setting an example that learning and education and gaining knowledge has no age limit. I am very much proud of you and I request you that to be this inspiring person to all of us always. On behalf of our family and whose life you have touched, thank you very much and can't see what adventure is ahead. Now, moving on to my speech. It is both an honor and deep personal privilege for me to address this gathering today as the son of Mr. B.R. Baskaran on this special day. As we mark the conclusion of an exceptional chapter in his professional life, I stand here not only as a son, but also as someone who has witnessed up close a career built upon pillars of integrity, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to justice. Instead of saying something which is already said and addressed, I would like to quote Mr. Manmohan, former Vice President of ITAT and the first senior to my father during his first posting at Visakhapatnam. I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Manmohan at a function last month, and he had nothing but praises for my father. With one of the quotes and one of the best advice that I got from him was, read your father's orders, no one will be able to cover the facts as good as he does. I would proudly say that my father has one of the sharpest minds I have met. His ability to grasp the subject, his ability to explain the subject in the most simplest manner, and making sure the person listening understands what is being explained. And maybe that is a trait which he has inherited from his father, who was a teacher at a school in Madurai. I would like to share one of the first memories that I have during his appointment as a member. I was just 8 years old when he got inducted as an accountant member. When he came back home, he simply came and silently said to my mother that he has received an appointment letter. And then he just walks away. And my mother was just there standing excited. I was just an 8-year-old who was sitting there trying to finish my homework and not knowing what is going to happen. When I got to know that we are going to moving to a different city, that was what excited me most. I did not know what posting or what is the stature of the job that he is going to be taking. Now that I have finished my law and have moved on to a professional career, and when I see and hear people talking so greatly about my father, I feel very proud. As you transition in this new phase of life, may it be filled with peace and satisfaction that comes from a career well served, and it bring you the time and space to experience the many interests that you have long deferred. On behalf of the entire family, I wish you joy, good health, and many more years of purpose and fulfillment. And on behalf of all the practitioners sitting here and who have joined virtually, I welcome you on the other side of the bench to serve justice for the party that you represent. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. It's a both proud moment for the father and son both. We have one person who is specially flown from Madurai, as a dear friend of Mr. Baskaran, to just honor him with a bouquet. Please, Mr. Kutti.
Good afternoon, everybody. In fact, this is a new kind of forum for me. I am always been in the other side like a businessman. Always we used to get scared about suddenly what is income tax, what is this cases, and coming and questioning us a lot of things. But now when I hear, see you all and our dear friend Mr. Bhaskar, I have to say a few words about what we impressed us about his work. Now I'm from a Saurashtra community, and in our community, there are hardly a few people who are in IRS, IAS, as kind of service, who clear and who come up in these kind of positions. And but he's probably the only one who has risen to this level of career in income tax department, becoming a tribunal judge. And, it's like his son was also saying, he, apart from that career work, he is also more service oriented. He has, involved himself into the Saurashtra community, temple works, and always like a smiling face. Anything we have a issue or talk, he always talks about how to kind of, smilingly, jokingly, how to solve it. And we used to enjoy a lot discussions with him. But today it is a great honor that I could be here in front of you and also see witnessing his change of, one phase of the life. Like his son said, one day you moved from a college to this career. Now from career to what? I always feel there is no retirement in life for anybody. But I have not seen as a community in my own home, my family, but these business people, most of us are in business side. Today we see a lot of people in software, service sectors also. So we always feel there is no retirement. It is only a change of some kind of a role in the society. In fact, I feel this is the day where the actual work starts. Most of the people, friends I see in US and other people, they actually start their passionate or some other things on this day of, handshake. I really proud that I am able to kind of be here today and witnessing this August function. He is an example for our community here, reaching this highest position. As a Saurashtra community, you all know it's a small 20 lakh people. In fact, our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, is also a Saurashtrian. So we are so proud today that our people and witnessing him in this occasion. I wish him very, very good luck and best wishes for his future career and whatever passion he wants to pursue. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kutki. Many have spoken for Mr. Bhaskaran. Much has been spoken about him. Now it's the chance that we want to hear Mr. Bhaskaran, that what he has to say for everything. Mr. Bhaskaran.
Honorable President, sir, Honorable Vice President, sir, my dear sisters and brothers, distinguished officers from department, eminent personalities of bar, my family members, ladies and gentlemen, vanakkam to all. Today, I am laying my office. It's a mix of emotions for me. I am little sad because I am demitting the office and hence no longer I will be able to render judicial work. I feel most contented because I was able to render justice in all these 17.5 years through my judgments. I have great gratitude to the God and Government of India for giving me this great opportunity to serve the public and government. I feel excited because henceforth I can live my life as I desire. Having put in more than 17 years of service, I feel that this is the time and occasion where I should share my experiences and thoughts of working in IT/AT. I hail from Tier 2 city Madurai. Before joining tribunal, I have never practiced before IT/AT, even not watched the proceedings. By grace of God, I was selected in the year 2007 as a member. At the time, I was in a double mind whether to join or not. One of the popular CAs and past president of ICAI, Shri T.N. Manoharan, motivated me to join IT/AT. I still remember his words. He told me that a judge need not know law. It is enough if he possesses judicial mind and wisdom. I could relate the advice with the stories of King Solomon. In a particular dispute,
King Solomon could easily identify the real mother when two ladies claimed ownership of a child, purely using his wisdom. In all these years, I found that the advice is perfectly working. All of us have seen that many successful members were from civil background who did not know anything about income tax before joining 8080. When I gave thoughtful consideration of this topic, I realized that having knowledge of Income Tax Act is one thing, the wisdom and judicial mind is another thing. It cannot be said that all the tax experts can always be good judges. I found that having subject knowledge alone is not sufficient to be a good judge to perform his function. It is essential for him to sharpen and calibrate his judicial mind in order to effectively perform the judicial function. Everyone may follow their own method in this regards. I sharpened and developed my judicial skill and wisdom by keenly observing the way my seniors, that is how they approached the disputes and how they decided the matters, by keenly hearing the arguments of advocates, CAs and departmental representatives, by calmly reading the various case laws related by both the parties. Most importantly, by discussing complex issues with the seniors and adopting their invaluable wisdom. I acknowledge the role of my seniors in shaping me to be a good tax judge. I would like to take name of few seniors who calibrated me during my formative years. They are Shri Manmohan ji and Shri Sunil Kumar ji in Visakhapatnam benches, Shri NRS Ganesan Anna in Kochi, and Shri Vasudevan Anna in Bangalore benches. You all know that the members are selected from different background. The general tendency of members will depend upon their background. That is, members coming from the practice tend to lean towards assessees, while the members coming from department will tend to lean towards revenue. During my initial years of joining 8080, my senior Sri Manmohan ji has actually enlightened me by stating that leaning towards assessees or revenue result in prejudiced mind, which is not the quality of judge. It will be a prejudiced mind approach which cannot be the quality of judge. He advised me to be neutral always. Only when there is benefit of doubt, then the benefit should always inure to the assessee. I realize that though the tribunal can pass orders under section 254(1) as it thinks fit, yet the tribunal cannot act like assessing officer. This is because the approach of the assessing officer and the approach of the tribunal judicial forum are diametrically opposite. The assessing officer is required to examine the return of income filed by the assessee in order to find out whether there is concealment of particulars of income or furnishing of inaccurate particulars of income. So the AO always approach the assessment with the investigative mind. On the other hand, the approach of the judicial forum should be to find out whether the AO has clearly established that there is a concealment of particulars of income or furnishing particulars of income. My thoughts about the bar and council. When I was transferred to Mumbai second time, many people asked me about the difference which I could notice in the first regime and second regime. I would like to highlight some of the changes I noticed nowadays. Sorry to say this, there is little deterioration in the quality of representation of some council. The statement made at the bar were used to be taken at the face value of the council. Nowadays, we are required to cross-check those statements with the facts instead of accepting them at face value. I noticed that some counsel don't read the file deeply and not arguing on the basis of grounds of appeal. In this process, they are missing many important points to the detriment of the assessees, which also results in inadequate assistance to the bench. Many counsel feels that seeking adjournment is their birthright. A simple letter without mentioning any justifiable reason for seeking adjournment is sent by mail or post and nobody appears in person. Sometimes an office boy is sent to seek adjournment. This shows their irresponsible mentality and give the judicial system. In my view, this kind of behavior should be avoided. It is encouraging that many junior counsels have started appearing before the benches. However, some of them are not serious about the court procedures. I noticed that some people appear in party wears without following dress code. Adjournment is sought orally without filing a written request. Incomplete preparation of the case, not able to visualize the counter arguments that may arise from bench, etc. to provide proper assistance to them in preparing the briefs and in locating appropriate judicial decisions. Though most of the departmental representatives justify their role, sometimes the work pressure reduces their quality. One thing which all the departmental representatives would accept is that the ITAT is the forum where they develop advocacy skills and understand intricacies of law. I would advise them to use this opportunity effectively for their future benefits. These are some of the thoughts I wanted to share. Finally, I can proudly share that this job has given me great opportunity to learn many things from the tribunal. This job has provided me with an opportunity to hear the skillful arguments of the leading counsels of the country and the eminent departmental representative. This job has provided me with an opportunity to render justice on tax disputes. This job has provided with an opportunity to earn many good and loving friends in the form of colleague members, board members, and departmental officials. This job has provided me with an opportunity to sharpen my knowledge, skills, and wisdom. This job has provided me with an opportunity to travel to many benches across the country and address their grievances. Hence, I thank Almighty Government of India, my seniors, beloved brothers and sisters, in helping me to get all these opportunities. I wish ITAT, Bar, and Department great days ahead. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, finally, Honorable Vice President Shri Sakyajit Dey to propose his vote of thanks on the today's function.
Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable President Justice Shri C.B.R, my esteemed colleagues, learned CITDR Shri Ajay Chandraji, other learned departmental representatives, President ITT Bar Mumbai Shri K. Upal, and other learned members of the ITT Bar Mumbai, representatives of different bar associations who have joined either physically or through virtual mode, Shri Piyush Chhajet, Central Council Member ICI, Bhabiji, Prahlad, distinguished guests and registry officials. Today we have gathered here to bid farewell to one of our most distinguished members, Brother B.R. Baskaran, learned accountant member. As this poignant occasion draws to a close with a sense of solemn gratitude and deep honor, I have to discharge the duty to deliver the vote of thanks. This is not merely a farewell function, but a celebration of a character, occasion of reverence and admiration for Baskaran sir, whose legacy in today's scenario transcends beyond limits. Baskaran sir, one amongst the few remaining old guards of the institution, now a fast diminishing breed, has grown to his present stature in the institution due to his hard work and dedication. Baskaran sir diligently imbibed the training he got from his seniors. Not only he scrupulously followed the age-old procedures and conventions of the tribunal, but has made sincere efforts to instill them in his juniors. First and foremost, I extend our sincere gratitude to Baskaran sir, not just for gracing this occasion with his presence, but for having left an indelible impression in our lives, our institution, and our profession with his wisdom, humility, and unwavering commitment to justice. Sir, your presence in this tribunal has not just contributed to its functioning, but it has enriched its soul. I thank Honorable President Sri Justice C.B.R sir, who presided over today's function, for his words of praise for Baskaran sir and his reflections that carried the weight of wisdom and the warmth of collegiality. My heartfelt thanks to the members of different bar associations, representative of ICI, who spoke today with sincerity and affection. Your presence and words of appreciation for Baskaran sir are not merely testimonials, but they are tributes echoing the sentiments of an entire profession. Your presence from across India signifies the immense popularity of Baskaran sir. My thanks to those who coordinated and conducted this farewell function, our staff, organizers, for organizers for ensuring this ceremony unfolded with seamless grace and dignity, befitting the person whom we are bidding farewell. I thank each one of you for your gracious presence. Finally, as we part from this gathering, let us not view it as an end, but beginning of a new chapter in the life of Baskaran sir. On behalf of everyone here, I offer our deepest thanks, our warmest wishes and sincerest respect to Baskaran sir. Thank you all.
Thank you also. Now I request all the people gathered here to join us for the lunch in ITT Bar Library.